This is Kathy Chase. You know, I came to another realization this morning. The letters to Cleo music that was written before I was online in 2002. There's a local man named Cleo Miller, Cleomiller. That's how they plan things. I live on High Street, Miller, the High Life. Cleo Miller used to say something about being in like 9 airplane accidents, and he survived them. Well, as I said, they're using Miller High Life genuine draft, and Cleo Miller, he works at a auto dealership here in Lincoln, Nebraska somewhere, or he did, unless he's left the town. Cleo Miller, spelled Miller. He's an African American. I think he's American. And I think he's aiding and abetting Obama to do things with a hypnotic change, because if people remember, the lady from her name was Cleo, and she got in trouble for doing for fake ESP stuff, and she's in jail now. And anyways, this is the connection. Cleo Miller is the one who built my first computer, in which I was online with, and I have no idea what these people are up to. They're trying to frame me for things. Evidently, my family has gotten caught up with the Vern Jensen and these people. Somehow they've swindled them into this and brainwashed my family, and they don't realize the whole scenario of the terrorism involved, and they're afraid for their lives. And anyway, Shannon's connected to them. My computer keeps getting broken. I can't trust anybody with computers because of Foo Fighters and this connection to Obama, or if the Foo Fighters obviously must be connected to Obama or something. I don't know. This is really creepy. Shannon Hubert, Bartusik, these people with the hypnotic change, as I said. There's something really weird going on here locally, and nobody's doing anything about it. But I found the connection. The Cleo lady, everybody remembers her on TV, who was doing advertisements for the fake ESP. She got in trouble. She's in jail, or last time I knew she was in jail. Cleo. She went by the name Cleo. Anyways, as I talked about, the ESP works. They were using intelligence to frickin' invade people's lives, and then tell them their fortune, or tell them about their past, because they'd done background information checks with intelligence, and they put her in jail because of something. I don't know. There was some sort of corruption there, and these people just keep going. I don't friggin' know, but they're using Miller Genuine High Life, Cleo Miller locally, and then he built my first computer. My dad's telling me, well, you need to put my other computer's broken now. All my stuff has ended up broken since I've lived with my dad. And my family is afraid of Barack Obama and Vern Jensen, his instigations to frickin' cause problems. And I said, they're mafying me, but they're mafying my family too. And then I frickin' called Fox News last night, and they're playing Barack Obama. Every time I've called in there, they're playing him like a loudspeaker does with a dictator, like you see in foreign countries, where they sit there and blare the the person who runs the it's freaked me out. I don't know what Fox News is doing. They're obviously getting paid by Obama to play them on their intercom. And every time I've called in, they've got Obama with his weird speeches going on. And I'm like, wait a minute, Fox News, that sounds really weird for Fox News, because a lot of people at Fox News don't like Obama because they know what he's up to. So I don't know. I'm really freaked out with this Letters to Cleo music. I'm not gonna use the band, but they wrote a song about treason before I was ever online. And I'm not trying to commit treason. They keep looking for different things. And Letters to Cleo music, I can't think of the song. There's something about treason, and I was online in 2002. I didn't know anything about this stuff. I'm not trying to commit treason. I think he's a freaking terrorist. Plain and simple. Then Cleo Miller. He's an African American. He lives here locally. I think he's connected to Hypnotic Change and Obama. And then they did this because of High Street. Miller High Life Genuine Draft. So not only did they try to take Coca-Cola down because Obama gets paid to frickin' obviously gets paid to endorse Pepsi products. People have locally here in Lincoln, Nebraska have complained about Coca-Cola products being different, tasting weird here. And that's not just me, okay? I don't know. I'm just telling you what I know about. There's something weird going on there's something queer going on. That's a book about from Elizabeth Levy or whatever. But there's something really weird going on here, and I am not responsible for whatever they're trying to do. Frame me for something. There's the songs about there's songs with videos with frames. They're trying to frame me and trying to use me as some sort of weird ploy to frickin' do something. And this is scary. The more I see, the more scared I get. Anyways, I'm disturbed because who put this in my foot, and why would they allow somebody to try to manipulate my character because they have ulterior motives when I'm an American. Why would people want to aid and abet that? It's either they're scared because of mafia stuff, or people are just flinging money left and right, and nobody can fight that. How can you go against freaking presidents trying to be mafia? And I can't compete with money, and I do not know what they're up to, what they're planning. And as I said earlier, I don't really know what they're doing, but I'm looking at these steps and what's taking place, and I'm thinking, what the heck are they doing? And then I see this. I'm just like, every time I, think about something new, I'm just like, what are they doing? And the thing of it is that when I first got online and Cleo Miller built that computer, Rob's name was on that hard drive. So I don't know what they're doing. I have not figured this out. Rob's name was on that hard drive. And so if there was something they put on that hard drive, then that was connected to trying to frame Rob, or somebody was trying to frame Rob or something. Because obviously I'm not capable of terroristic endeavors. I'm just a mom of 3 children And as it is, I have to frickin' worry about all this stuff, all the computers. I've got 2 computers downstairs. Well, actually, I've got 3. I've got my laptop that's torn apart because Rob threw it down. The hard drive has been totally taken out and apart. I don't know what's going on with that one. And then I've got 2 other ones in which I'm sure has been tampered with. One of the hard drives, I can't even get on because I know Amber was brainwashed on that one, and I was trying to save that if I ever got out of this frickin' situation to have other people examine it. Then my book, I have a book in which has been broken since I moved into this house, in which it worked. All this stuff worked when I moved in here. My USBs are broken. My family's freaked out. My mom's got a pacemaker in her, and I do too. And we didn't want them there. As I said, these people are crooks. They're trying to use us as frickin' human shields. Me, because I'm the one that they wanted to censor me to make people think I'm wanting power and wanting to play their dictator games and wanting to they're trying to use me as a pawn because of Pawnee Street. And Pawnee Street is 1 block from High Street. P-A-W-N. You got pawn and chess, and you've got pawn and checkers, and then everybody's seen the High Street floor that has the Art Deco black and white checkers. And what are these people doing? I don't know, but I'm very afraid. And now my computer downstairs is not working, and I don't know how I'm going to get this uploaded right now. I've been offline for a few days in the past week because I couldn't get online. People are trying to block me and censor me, and it's very scary because the whole family is probably freaked out by now because this is not normal behavior. We got mafia activity going on, and they're trying to use me as a human shield because things are not on the up and up. It's very shady. And, quotes that go along with trying to make me out to, they were saying trying to use religion and race and sex and trying to cause wars there with my life. And, things aren't on the up and up. You got elevators that go up and down. Anyways, you've got turning my world upside down, reading certain letters. There's only like 5 or 6 letters that if you read upside down, are the same. And there's one other phrase I can't quite remember. I am freaked out. I am totally freaked out because they're trying to commit crimes in my name or something to divert. And I know a hypnotic change is involved, and I know obviously Cleo Miller's connected, and he's not gonna friggin' back me up. I guarantee you that. And I got to worry about all these other people that want to act like street gangs. And then I thought, things on corners. You've got solicitors, and then I thought about the trick or treat thing. And trickery, a trick is on a corner. They're trying to pull a trick and try to kill me with diversion, and you can't do that. And I'm freaking out and trying to figure out, well, how am I going to get out of the country? Obviously, they can't kill me legally because they want to play this game and they don't want to stop. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if you're going to say that there's not technology in my body, then why can't I leave? I can leave, can't I? There's nothing you can do to stop me or kill me if I want to leave the country because you don't want to be civil, rationalized people that don't want to follow the laws of the United States of America, including Barack Obama. And I'm thinking, Well, if they're gonna sit there and slander me and try to get me killed and try to corner me and try to censor me and be mean and not want to work with me, when obviously I can't mess with people that want to be mafia. I'm only a mom of 3 children. How can I go up against that? Because they're using money made off my life to try to get me killed. And so I'm sitting there thinking, okay, obviously, fact is fact. There's technology in my body, and that's why they don't want me to leave the country. Why else can't I leave the country if they're saying that there's not technology in my body that they want to keep me here for? Well, they don't want to help me. They can't hold me here to death. They know that. They can't keep me from going to the hospital, but they're mafing my life, playing this game to try to keep me from going to the hospital and instill fear tactics into my life using like the No Fear Act of the CIA or something. Even though I'm not an employee of the CIA, they're mocking the CIA with certain things. They've been mocking the military. They've been mocking government institutions. And I guess they're getting by with it because the pyramid scheme is so high that even the CIA don't even know what to do about it, probably, or the FBI. I don't frickin' know. I'm frickin' scared. I want to leave the country because this is way crazy, and I shouldn't have to deal with this. Oh yeah, here's the phrase. Placing the weight of the world upon my shoulders, and so they want to kill me with like the Hitler belt. And I talked about Abraham Lincoln, Lincoln, Nebraska, Abraham, zebras, and Lincoln, Nebraska, and then slavery and how we got our name. And they want to treat my bra as which is a D, D, things related to D. You got square D, and you got a square D, and then what else you got? D. Oh, First Plymouth Church on D Street, and they want to make me make me out to be some sort of Hitler strap, because they're all a bunch of freaking dictator, communists, socialists, whatever, and I'm freaked out. I'm scared out of my freaking wits. As I said, things that hang out on corners, things with corners, and they're trying to use diversion theft and corner me using all kinds of different schemes. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, if they're using mafia money, which has been made off my life, you would think government would be able to tackle that. I mean, I don't know, and turn that around and get that money and put it in where we need it in this country, because they're using mafia money that's been made off my life to try to get me killed, I guess, and I'm not the threat. They wanted to make somebody else, they want to make somebody the pawn. They want to make me the pawn for their crimes or whatever, because they've made a mess, because they had no reason to start attacking me in my life, so they got to keep looking for new things. And I'm like, no, I don't do anything wrong. I want people to leave me alone. I want help. And these people obviously don't relent because they're too stubborn and want to play power games or whatever. And so I'm thinking, at this point, this has been going on for so long, and I don't know what to do. There's billions of dollars around me that have been made off my life, and they're trying to trap me in with my money that's been made off my life, when they could obviously just be negotiable, normal people. But I'm thinking, okay, this is really bad. Okay, this is not good when you can't get people to follow the laws of this country. And I'm freaking out because they have broken probably 1,000 or 2 laws against me in my life. And everybody around me is afraid. They use people in places around High Street. Like, for example, The Sabotka family, Sabotka family, has lived down the street on High Street ever since my dad bought this house when I was like 16 years old, 15, 16 years old. And as I talked about Robert Sides, he bought the house on 5511 from my father. But the thing with the Sabotka family, they use that name sideways. Sabot, sabotage, is the beginning word of the word sabotage, and the definition to sabotage. And as I said, Webster's dictionary would probably be the source to go to because of the web, Charlotte's Web, and then how they connected things. They used their high definition TVs have nothing to do with High Street, but they used the definitions under the Webster's version for all these things. I'm freaked out. These people have made money off my life, and they're trying to use it to get me killed, and they're trying to look for different ways to try to mess with my character. And I don't know how to do bad things with my computer. Somebody told me how to clean it off, but that's my only option now at this point. I can only clean them off. I'm not even going to bother with anything else at this point because they're trying to frame me for something then which I'm not even capable of doing. I don't know what, but I presume it has something to do with hypnotic change and the fact that I was under hypnosis, and as I said, that talked about things associated with the thumb. You've got green thumbs. You've got the race war thing with the thumbs. I can't remember the game, but I remember when it was little. I was going to try to look it up online when I get back on. Something about a race war. And then thumbs have to do with hitchhikers or bums or whatever, transients. Okay? The other thing I thought of, it's the OK symbol, right? Well, also if you put, the OK symbol, and the other OK symbol is like when you put your index finger to your thumb and say OK, but that's also a symbol for being catatonic, and you're catatonic after being under deep hypnosis, which is like having carpal tunnel syndrome, basically. I was put under hypnosis for many years for this scheme, obviously, part of it, and that's why they've been attacking me since I woke up, because they knew what they'd done to my body, and it has nothing to do with religion. The reasons was all a fraud. It's all fraudulent, just like the Cleo lady. She's in jail for the ESP thing. And I'm not trying to say that I have ESP. They're trying to say I have ESP and I'm this or that or whatever. I have no claims about myself other than I'm a mom and I have technology in my body, and that's why they don't want me to leave the country, obviously, because of that. I'm sitting there saying, well, why do you want to make things difficult? You came and attacked me in my life. I did nothing wrong. I don't know why they're stubborn. They don't want to follow any of the laws. They keep breaking laws. And I'm very scared at the pattern I'm looking at. It's very scary. And being in Lincoln, Nebraska, nobody's doing anything about it. And none of the government agencies have acted at this time. And I'm scared upon getting these people to leave me alone and stop harassing me. If they can't frickin' meet me in court or face up to me face to face with their accusations, they have to leave me alone legally. And they don't want to admit to certain things, so they have to leave me alone. They're antagonizing problems in which they should not be doing. They know they shouldn't be doing. And they're providing problems to this government that I'm not trying to provide. They are trying to provide, because they keep antagonizing problems and they keep still attacking me. They don't stop. They still haven't stopped their little game as of tonight. Even My dad talks to Shannon, my dad talks to Foo Fighters or whoever, Kim or whatever, and obviously this is still going on. This is still going on. I don't know what to do. But I figured, I just realized the whole connection with High Street is the Cleo Miller guy, and the genuine draft Miller High Life beer. And Cleo Miller is connected to Rob. He knows Rob, and his family or whatever. He knows Rob. He worked with Rob at Williamson's, and so I'm thinking, well, what are these people doing? I have no idea. I don't know, and I wish they would just stop. I can't get them to stop. I can't compete against all this chaos and whatever you want to call it. I'm scared. You know, this is scary. I just want to be a mom, and these people came and attacked me, mafia style. That's what this is. This is not political. It's mafia. They can't face up to me. They want to keep causing more problems for me. They keep looking for ways to make more problems for me, make more problems, create more drama, because they just don't stop. Once you pop, you can't stop. I don't know if it has something to do with the Pringles can or what, but they're not stopping. I don't know where Shannon and Kim they're starting this crap or keeping this stuff going with Rob, because none of this music's about me. They used old music to instigate this little plan in which, you know, I don't know why. I was only 6 years old when certain music, or I wasn't even alive when, like, Stairway to Heaven came out, or No Quarter came out. I wasn't even alive yet. I wasn't alive when those songs came out, and then I started looking at Doors music, Break On Through to the Other Side, and there's another song that talks about going in the door. Love Me Madly, something about walking out the door or something. And I'm sure those songs had to have been written before I was born. You know, I know most of them had been, because Jim Morrison, you know, he was, you know, I don't think he was alive very long after I was born. And I was born in 1973. So I don't know what these people are doing. They're using all these weird, this trickery stuff. I'm very scared. You know, Lincoln, Nebraska, we're out in the middle of the country. We're not, the biggest city is Omaha, which is 50 miles away. There's not even probably 1 million people in the state of Nebraska. And I'm thinking, do I have to leave Nebraska to get some help? How do I get help? Because I can't get these people to stop bothering me. They don't want to help me. All they want to do is make more problems. I'm thinking, this is not right. Somebody's got to do something. Make them leave me alone. Make them confront me and be civil, or make them stop freaking harassing me. That's all this is. It's harassment, harassment, harassment. It's mafia style. And they're trying to make it look political, when it's not political. Harassment and making my life difficult and abusing me, it's not political. Abuse is not political. You know, that's mafia. Okay? When people are abusing you publicly, and you know that's mafia, that's not normal. And the colored thing and all this other stuff. What are they doing? I don't know. But I'm tired of it. I want to be left alone. I want to raise my kids, and I don't know what to do. I'm thinking the only thing I can do is to leave the country at this point, because I've tried everything. I've kept going to freaking government agencies. I left a message with the Lincoln, Nebraska FBI this morning, or last night, I mean. I guess it was late last night. It wasn't really actually this morning. But, and they don't listen to me because they're connected. They know the presidents, evidently. There's only like 1 or 2 FBI people here at the FBI here in Lincoln, Nebraska, because it's just a steel door that's always locked. It's not even a real office, you know. It's just a little It's like a closet, basically. I don't know how big the room is that the FBI is in, but it's just a metal door with no windows, and it's not like the FBI in Omaha, I'm sure, which is a lot bigger, but I left them a message and told them how I felt about, I'm surrounded by people that are terrorists, basically. They terrorize my life. They're trying to use me as a pawn. And they don't want to work with me, and they want to cause more problems. They're just obsessed with death, people murder, and death, and death and murder. And I'm freaking tired of having to deal with these other people wanting to break the laws because there's nothing they're doing that's legal. People have seen how many laws I've listed that they're breaking right in front of the public. It's not legal for presidents to do these things. Okay? It's not legal for anybody to do these things. Presidents can't sit there and call people names and try to get them killed for it. That's absurd. And they didn't want to obviously help me and then make something up later. So their whole goal, just as like lyrics will tell you, newer lyrics about my life will tell you, murder is what they're trying to do. And I don't know why. I don't know why. They know I'm not responsible for what's happened to my life, and I'm just scared, and I don't know what to do. And the more that this goes on, the more I'm thinking, how am I going to get out of the country? Because I can't get. I've been working so hard to try to survive and protect my children, but it's just me and my children. How can I go up against all this stuff? I can't. That's not even possible if I can't get agencies to react, or if I can't get citizens to help me. I don't know what I'm going to do, and I know there's people out there that want to help me, but this is bigger than I know how to deal with being a mom of 3 children, and that's all I want to do is be a mom. I don't want to have to deal with mafia stuff and these people's ulterior motives, and I'm really worried about these people's plans. I'm really worried about these people's plans. And this is stuff I shouldn't have to deal with. I'm a mom of 3 children. I should not have to deal with this stuff. He's mocking military time and the fact that he got 0 to 12 and 12 to 24, 2,400 hours, and 24 hours in a day, and military time, Miller time, Cleo Miller, or whatever. It has nothing, Cleo Miller, I'm not associated with Cleo Miller, or whatever his practices are, and I'm certainly not associated with the hypnotic change. That guy scares me. He pinched my hand and trying to mimic that he was trying to use hypnosis on me, which I was already way under hypnosis at the point that I had seen him in, it was like 2005. I was way under hypnosis. There's nothing he did for me at that time because I was right where he wanted me to be, because of online, and obviously, and the reason why they started attacking me more so in the past 3 to 4 years is because they knew I would be waking up and things I'd realized, but they didn't want to prevent anything. I don't understand. Well, if you got these things you don't want people to know about, why would you attack me? And I'm thinking, well, my husband's associated with these people that are connected to the presidents, and I'm thinking, well, this isn't good. You know, I can't get an ally because these people hang out with the crooks or whatever. I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, I don't really want to join them, but they could have at least been nice to me, and, you know, obviously I'm not a threat. I don't know. How could I go up against people with weird ideas? I can't go up against this, and if I can't get agencies to do anything about it, well, what do I do? I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Turning my world upside down. Well, I'm not the world. I'm not Jesus. And starting race wars and religious wars and sex wars using my life. Not my choice. I'm not racist, and I'm not going to play their stupid using eggers and putting the word niggers on top of it, and you have N and the GE, General Electric. They took the EG and the EGGE, EGGERS. There's an EG forwards and backwards and eggers. And they wanted to say we were electric, and that's not even possible. And then it just goes on and on and on. Trying to use other people's lives for their weird motives and stuff. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm tired of it. I don't know what to do. I wish these people would stop the game as I'm GameStop, but I can't do anything. I'm stuck. I'm a mom of 3 kids who only wants to be a mom of 3 kids. I don't know what these people are doing. I'm scared. This is really weird when you've got people who are supposed to be abiding the laws and following the laws to be acting so irresponsible and so chaotic and doing everything against the law. That's very scary. I'm scared, and I'm tired of it, and I don't know what to do. And I think they're blocking my websites now. I don't really know. They keep trying to censor me because they want to make me out to be this bad person. They block media. They've even got media to play mafia. And I'm thinking if the media was here, I'd at least have that protection. And I don't have the media here, and I'm scared. And these people lie and slander me and go against the laws. I'm thinking, thanks a lot, media. You know, thanks a lot for your help to try to buy off my life or whatever. They can't buy off my life. They can't sell out my life. I'm not your sellout. You can't solicit my life. Selling my soul to rock. Selling your souls. Not selling my soul, but selling your soul to rock and roll. Well, sort of trying to sell my soul in a sideways sort of foot sort of thing. But, I'm tired of it. I don't know what to do. They keep trying to look for ways to hurt me versus to help me. And how do you go up against that? They don't look for ways to be nice. They don't look for ways to be nice. They never have. And how would you just suddenly attack somebody in their life without even a warning? That's that's the most scariest part. They just start attacking me in my life. No warning. None. No warning whatsoever. And I've got 3 kids to try to manage during the day, picking them up from school, and I have to deal with this crap. Why do I have to deal with this crap? I don't know. I'm mad because how frustrated would you be if you got all these people breaking all these laws around you and you can't get government to do anything about it, and so therefore you wouldn't want to live in the United States either. You wouldn't want to live here anymore. And the things I see, I don't know if it's a safe place to be anyway. Because these people are totally irresponsible, irrational, and acting crazy. They're acting crazy. And they're all associated with presidents. And what can I do? I'm only one person. I'm a mom of 3 children who wants to only be a mom of 3 children. I don't want to have to worry about all this other crazy stuff. I shouldn't have to worry about it. It's not my problem. I don't know what to do. They're trying to make it look like, well, I can't leave the country. Well, why can't I leave the country? You're saying it's not technology, or you don't want to admit to it. You want to call me names that are illegal to do instead of just freaking helping me and doing whatever, helping me. And then, as long as they could probably have made something up that was a little more nice and help me instead of, playing their stupidity, frickin' stubborn, male ego, weird crap. I have no idea. They're doing everything against principles and laws and ethics and morals, and they're making people that are religious angry. They're doing all this stuff to intimidate problems and and try to create problems when I've been trying all along, and people know this. All along I've tried to work with these people. I've tried to talk to them. I've tried to reason with them. And they just don't stop. They don't stop. I don't know what to do. I'm very scared. I'm very worried. Then if something happens to me, what's going to happen to my children? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I wish somebody would do something. I have to do this every day. I have to fight this every second of my day, that I'm not taking care of my kids. This is my job to them. Trying to survive, to take care of my babies comes first. I don't have time to go out and get a career and do all this other stuff. They want to make me out to be somebody I'm not, when I have got to fight this stuff all the time, because I know what they're doing. They're making my life hell, illegally, because they don't want to admit when they're wrong, or they don't want to just be nice. They can't just, I don't know why they won't be nice. Be civilized. Civilized. That's scary. When people aren't civilized, that's really scary.